Alright, so as far as hardware, you get 2 of these clamps that go around your rack. 8 bolts. 8 of the nylock nuts for the mounting bracket. And then a big bolt with a flathead to combine the two. Alright, well, I think I got the rifle about mounted where I need it. So you got plenty of clearance on the handlebars. And pretty good support there. Alright, I think I about got it in place. So I'm going to move this portion of the fin grip back even with that slot and probably over here some more just to clear that. Not like I'll need that, but and up front it's moved just a little bit, so I'll get the rear one in place, get this back one in place, and then mount the front one after I fit the gun on it again. Alright, so I figured out where I want to center it. I want it even with that line and about right there. And then that'll give me right up in that upper right corner. That way it'll point the gun over a little bit. Not like I ride around with it loaded and stuff, but at least it'll be pointing down towards the ground the way the angle of the rifle is if somebody were riding in front of you. But I'll get this one in place here and clamp it down, drill it in place. Snug it up a little bit, and then I'll manipulate it. It's looking pretty good there. Once you start to tighten it, I'd say it'll probably move it a little bit. But I'm going to drill through this bracket here. I don't know if anybody's ever tried to make a template and lay it out with a piece of paper and drill it. Yeah, good luck. Unless you got hole centers, which I got some, but I'll clamp it and drill it as it is. But as that stands, it's not moving anywhere. And I'll just drill straight through. That'll index perfect. Alright, so it's clamped good in place. Show you a piece of hardware here. So here's the bolt for it. Takes a, let's see, 7/16 and a 10mm. Here's your clamping bracket that normally would go up under your bar on your rack right there. As you can see, the holes are spaced to the outer four holes is what we need to drill. We've checked it. We've got plenty of meat all along the plastic, so we're in good shape. Nice and clean on the bottom. Good shape. Now I'll go ahead and bolt it in place. That way I can pull my clamp to drill the opposite side. I'm not going to put that bracket in right now because the clamp's going to be in the way of it. Of course, the camera's in the way to where I can't get to it, but that's okay. There we go. I got a 7/16 and a 10 mil. Alright, that ought to hold it. I'm not going to tighten that one up. That should be plenty of holding strength. Yeah, plenty of strength. Drill the rear holes. Take it easy, don't punch through your plastic on your four-wheeler. Alright, now I got my holes drilled. I'm going to pull the bolts out. I'm going to put that piece of steel up under it just to even the load up a little bit on that plastic. It'd be fine just as it is, but I'm going to utilize that. It'll even the pressure up from each four corners and make it more solid. And in this unit here, show you here, this nylock nut is captured in there. So we can get it in there straight. Like so. So all you need is a screwdriver just to tighten it up. It holds itself in the bottom of the plastic. So for my operation, I'll need it one click off center. So that's all centered up there. Need to come one click that way, and it'll give me my offset. It's a pretty good system. I got it on my Polaris, like I mentioned. I bought them years ago. They got some nice units on the market today, but these work great in the past for me. I use them for tools and levels and shovels and everything you could think of. That's good and tight. We got protrusion. Snug it up a little bit more. There we go. And then you do have a little plug here to keep the water out, which is nice. It's of course wider at the top to shear the water away. There we go. I'll take it over to the machine and put it on. So it doesn't come with washers, and you can see where I fitted up before, and it's kind of digging in just a touch, and it's not a big deal. But I found this about the only thing I could find. Little lock nut, lock washer, excuse me. I'll put it on just to give a little more support on that plastic. Forgot my bracket. Imagine that. Well, up good. There we are. I'll hand tighten the rest of it. Alright, I can't get my drill in there, that's fine. So Father, good and snug. You don't want to break your rack or anything, but use some sense. Alright, nice and solid. Alright, I think I got it about as good as we're going to get it. See, there's not a lot of room up here to deal with as far as your footprint goes because of the holes and stuff, so I'm going to split the difference on the 4 outer holes. It's probably somewhere about there. Just want to make sure you got plenty of meat what you're drilling into. Don't get too close to the cutout here. But I'll even it up and get it clamped in place and then we'll drill it. Alright, I got it about centered up where I want it. Just double check it again, feel up underneath, make sure you got plenty of meat to drill into. Alright, so I got this fastener in, got it good and clamped. I'll pull this, drill these two. And I got this one back here just to index it in case it moves when I pull the clamp. Now I'll loosen it, pull it, and put the clamp up under it, or the bracket. And as you see, we got plenty of meat on each side of the hole, so we'll be in good shape. So I almost forgot, we'll go on and index it. Let's see where we gotta put this in place. Alright, so it's I got the front indexed where it needs to go. I'll pull this whole thing off, combine the top to the bottom with that one bolt, this one here, and show you they're even. We're parallel with each other. At this camera angle, it looks like the front one is torqued in, but it's not. Set the rifle in it real quick just to double check it. So that'll work. All right. So we got all the fasteners and washers in place, and I'll put this on, and I want to index my straps pulling over from the rear to the outside. So be conscious of how you want your straps to run, And I actually just put the thing on backwards a minute ago, so ask me how I know. Just not thinking, you know how it goes. Alright. Put our bracket on up underneath. We're going to crank that down to pull it all up. Alright, I'll hand tighten it. Good shape. Alright, let's check the fit of the rifle. It's pretty good. Nice and stable. Turned out pretty nice.